On the first day of Eid, more funerals are being held in Gaza. The Hamas Health Ministry now saying 83 people have died since the fighting began with Israel on Monday, including 17 children. In Israel, 7 people have been killed. It has been another night of intense bombardments both inside Gaza and Israel. The Israeli military saying it's now expanding its targets for airstrikes, and its ground troops are continuing to amass on its boundary with Gaza. In Israel, continued rocket fire from Hamas and other factions has forced thousands of Israelis to take shelter once again. In mixed Arab and Jewish cities, violence has broken out between the communities.
And a 3-day ceasefire is underway now in Afghanistan between government forces and the Taliban. That truce, also to mark the Eid al-Fitr holiday, is only the 4th pause in fighting in nearly 20 years of conflict. But locals say the move will do no good, with the hashtag Afghans want permanent ceasefire trending on social media. Bombings in recent days have left dozens dead and more than 100 wounded.
It's still early morning here, and but so far it seems like the ceasefire is holding. And although violence did continue right up till the beginning of the ceasefire at midnight, here in Kabul, it's a beautiful, sunny first morning of the holiday Eid.
Philippines has reported what it said were incursions into its exclusive economic zone by 287 maritime militia vessels from China. Now, this is a further sign of cracks reappearing in a relationship after a period of rapprochement. The country's task force on South China Sea said in a statement that the incident may prompt possible diplomatic actions. Quoting from the statement, the incident, along with continued illegal incursions of foreign vessels sighted near Philippine-held islands, have been submitted to relevant agencies for the possible diplomatic actions.
Clearing the way for a return to service after flights were halted in April, Boeing has won approval from US regulators for a fix to an electrical grounding issue that had affected about 100 737 MAX airplanes. An FAA official confirmed the news. Boeing sent 2 bulletins to airlines on Wednesday regarding the fixes. The announcement is a relief for US air carriers that have been waiting to get the planes back into service before the summer travel season, particularly as travel demand begins to improve. The FAA administrator said he was fully confident in the safety of the MAX. It was approved to return to service in November 2020 after being grounded for 20 months following 2 fatal crashes that killed 346 people.
A charter plane nearly sheared in half lands safely after colliding in midair with another plane over Cherry Creek State Park. Even investigators are amazed. Everyone walked away after the accident.
Yeah, Jim, it happened as both the planes apparently were trying to land around the same time. The midair crash happened somewhere between Cherry Creek State Park and Centennial Airport. The charter plane landed safely at Centennial. The other aircraft parachuted into a field just south of the reservoir.
Those who live in the Cherry Creek Point neighborhood are used to hearing planes above, but one falling from the sky, that was new.
Yeah, they just pulled chute. Yeah, I see a parachute.
Yeah, the parachute is just south of the road. Qantas Link flight 2420 just seconds from landing at Brisbane Airport, the runway in sight. A warning light in the cockpit telling the pilot of the Dash 8 there were issues with its landing gear. Fire crews waiting on the ground, then the moment everyone on board took a big breath. The landing, textbook. QF2420 took off from Newcastle this morning, heading for Brisbane Airport, the pilot realising the problem and aborting the first landing attempt. Heading across the city over North Stradbroke, then circling above Moreton Island for around an hour, formulating a plan and performing the emergency landing.
Are you ready to return now?
Shut down the number 2 engine and then we will be ready.
The 60 relieved passengers back on the ground met by waiting fire crews.
In the Times Square shooting, police say the gunman is in custody.
U.S. Marshals tracked down Farrakhan Mohammed down in Florida. They say they released his mugshot. Mohammed is accused of opening fire in a crowded Times Square Saturday afternoon, and police say he's been on the run ever since.
Well, we learned that U.S. Marshals were able to track down Farrakhan Mohammed just outside of Jacksonville, Florida, in a McDonald's parking lot. Police say that he was inside a car with his girlfriend eating lunch, and he did not resist arrest. Now, here at home, EarthCam video shows crowds running for cover after those shots rang out in the area of 44th Street and 7th Avenue on Saturday around 5 p.m. Police say Mohammed was attempting to shoot his brother in Times Square during a fight over sidewalk space where they sell CDs illegally.
Amid a global shortage of semiconductors, South Korea's big firms and its government are taking action. Samsung said Thursday that it would invest just over $151 billion in non-memory chips by 2030. That is up more than a quarter on a target set back in 2019. The firm says a third production line will be ready at a plant south of Seoul in the second half of next year. Local rival SK Hynix and other key names are also spending big. South Korea's Chip Industry Association says that 153 companies plan to invest a total of 510 trillion won. That's about $450 billion.